Hi, hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairul Zulhadi Radzuan, and today I will explain about my final year project, which is design of robot trajectory planning and vibration suppression for energy optimization. So let's start with it. So for this project summary, it is about the robot manipulators, where I need to create a test rig to implement the best way in energy saving method. Because of every robots and machine have vibration and jerk resistance, that's why the loss of energy. So for this project, it is to create an optical trajectory planning to optimize the energy saving. So to start with, the project consists of step, which is I need to design and choose the best design and the best apparatus like motors to draw in the CAD software and test the finished fabricated design with the Arduino and MATLAB Simulink to completing the project. So motor encoder and optical encoder are used in this project as a component to indicate the movement of motion of motor. So of course, the next step is I need to fabricate the design and continue for the simulation in the makmal mechatronic later on. So for the literature review, there are famous purpose that always and frequently used for trajectory planning, which is the trapezoidal and S-curve velocity profile. So in this profile, many researchers has implied this to get the best energy saving. So what is the problem in this case is residual vibration suppression is a critical issue where in motion in every industry machine needs to have a shorter cycle time, but the vibration is one of the big problem. So that's why many of design have been created, have been applied for this kind of experiment and project to find the best trajectory planning for robot and machine. So the problem statement of this project is there's always suppression of a jerk that exists in a machine, like the vibration of the machine that always disrupt to gain a perfect or complete or a better and smooth trajectory in a machine or robot. So the other problem is like the difficulties to optimizing the energy used to control the robot and machine. So for the objective, this is what the purpose for this study and project. It is to design and develop test rig for vibration suppression and robot trajectory planning. So the other objective is to interface the hardware of test rig with the computer algorithm of system, like using the Arduino coding and MATLAB Simulink to get the data and simulation. So the next purpose is to establish and evaluate the working performance of the system. So for the scope of the project is it is to focus on small robotic machine that function with testing of Arduino coding, and the research studies are done on vibration and trajectory planning. So it is applied on motor encoder and optical encoder. So there is a limitation for this project where I need a part that working properly, because it is involving the electrical part like Arduino board and MDR10C board and power supply. Also the motor encoder and encoder. This is other apparatus or component that have been chosen to be used in the project. So there is another limitation is that the fabrication of the project might be differ compared to the drawing. So but it is known that to do the best to get the best test rig for the project. So that's it for the limitation. So this is the methodology where, of course, where we need to design something, we need to know the problem, and we need to gather information, concept generation, and evaluation of the design. So for the design, I have agreed with the supervisor to go with one final concept that will be show at the expected result, because the whole purpose for the project is to fabricate a test rig. So, and that's how the flow chart of the project, I will show it. So this is the flow chart of the whole process of the project, where from the first meeting of the lecturer, of my supervisor, and then how the project will goes from the fabrication, from the testing and simulation, and testing with the coding of Arduino, and is it working, do I have to remake the design, to refabricate the design, and lastly for the final presentation of the design. So for the expected result, of course, I will hope for I be able to complete the test rig that will function properly, because it need to be compatible with the Arduino coding. So I need for the machine part like motor encoder and encoder to be function, and I hope to be able to complete all the simulation and data tests to be taken by using the Arduino coding and MATLAB Simulink. So this is the expected result, where this is the rough sketch, and finally I draw it on the CATIA software. So this is how the fabricate design and the final fabricate design will be. Like it consists of one motor encoder and one optical encoder, and with custom part that will be fabricate or buy, and most of the custom part will be fabricated by using 3D printing, and some of the part that will be buy, like the Arduino board, motor encoder, the power supply, DC power supply. Okay, so this is the final view of the fabricated design. This is the test rig. So I think that's all from me for my final year project. This is my proposal for my final year project. Thank you.